Everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Nomad, episode 17 with me, Sid, and last episode we left off, where was I? I was up here. Now, rather than me do all of this bit in this episode, I went back this way. There really wasn't. There is a ruin over there that I've tagged, but again, not too worried about the ruins. There's some small ruins there which I've tagged. I've taken the right hand fork and come into this lake where we're going to continue up this river to here, where we're then going to have to take the boat out of the water and portage it across the land into this river. We're going to follow this river up. That looks like that might be a ruin. I know what it is, that ruin, actually, looking at it. I don't think they have anything particularly good in them. We'll check that one, just because. But we're going to continue up this road, up this river. We're going to come into this bay, around to here-ish. We'll find a suitable point on the landform, and we are going to set up forward operating base beta, because I would like to plant some more crops, get some things in, but mostly there is magnetite. This is where I think we are possibly even kind of going this way out. We might even do a little bit of surveying just to see if it goes a bit higher, but we are going to be pushing for the eye in this episode. So let us continue this river. I absolutely adore this river travel. I must admit, one of the things I've been playing around with, and again, it's early doors, we are not finishing Rusty Gear Season 4 anytime soon, but I'm starting to think about maybe what I would like to see in Rusty Gear Season 5. My first thought, the crazy idea I'm having, is to kind of dial back some of the mods, such as Angel Bell. I think we should actually, now I'm getting to the opinion that we should ditch that. I enjoy it and utilise it far too much. I actually think it'd be nice to get back to something a little bit slower and a little bit quieter, a little bit more relaxed and natural. And I think the canoe mod, the boats, the extra rafts, there's a mod which alters up the way tools work, where you can not only work on the tools, but you can also work on the shafts of the tools and the bindings, so they get more durability and features based on more than just what metal head you put on. I can't remember what it's called now, but anyway, I've started looking through a whole load of mods that would change up the experience, I hope in a positive way. Obviously this is not my decision. This is, oh dear, this is a decision for all the gears, but I think we mixing up the experience and making it a different thing, possibly a bit more survival based, a little bit harder on the survival. I mean, I know what will happen. It will be exactly the same as every other year. 10, 15 of us will all appear, and then by day 3 there'll at least be iron. By day 5 probably steel. That's just what happens when a lot of people who understand how to play a game and understand the rules and stuff will get together and think, now what? Oh, you've got a whole load of stuff in you, haven't you? Oh, damn it. Oh, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I would like to detach that. I would like, I need to take. Why are you in that position? That makes no sense. Yeah, we can sort that out in a moment. I'll actually sort it out now because I don't want to have to do that. Oh, that sounds like something that I don't want creeping up behind me. That arm scared me. I want to pick up my boat. Now this. Where is that little monster? I don't want it sneaking up on me. I don't want a jump scare. I hate jump scares. I mean, I suppose if I'm being absolutely fair, I've got more. That was a rabbit, wasn't it? I got more notice of a thing than before. Oh, there's a. Hello, let's go see the trader quickly. Got one of those wonderful. The wonderful Better Traders mods carts. I love this mod just for the. I mean, it doesn't change the traders at all. It just gives them these things. What it does do is actually reduce the number of traders you can get that you can use as an emergency hidey hole, and that's always worth being aware of. You've got you're a treasure hunter, are you? Oh, come on. 20 gears for 74.5 combat. That's a lot of temporal adaptation for 30 gears. I mean, that one is actually possibly worth considering. Let me... no, I'm on the wrong. I've got them. I'm going to buy that. I don't think, and we'll have a quick look at the temporal adaptation. What do you do? Temporal stability. A bit more. Anything there that's going to be? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to waste the money on that one. I think that's definitely one that I'll worry about later. But combat, that will give me levels. Oh, hello, a snack. That will definitely give me a point into can I take level 2 in Spearman, or do I want? There was several that I think one was strong back, that was it. 3 additional slots on you. Okay, that's definitely one we're going to be going for when we get the next level of survival. Can I get? I can. I'm just going to go for there. I'm going to keep it. So we are currently 20% with 2% for each additional. Okay. So I'm an even better spearman than I was. That's fine. Let's go get this boat in the water. All the more reason to want to have a better. Actually, hang on. Didn't actually see him on the map, did we? When we came in. Trader. He's green. Yeah, that's fine. Here goes into traders. And you were a treasure hunter, weren't you? That's fine. Right. We'll continue onwards. Oh! No. That is absolutely not fine. Let's get on the other side of the river first. Don't even know where he's gone. Oh, that was a jump scare and a half. Okay, let's get this boat back out, shall we? We'll get the middle seat. Come on, get out. I think it goes in that one, doesn't it? Do you control attach? Then we can do, well, might as well just put everything in that I don't actually. Oh, I do want you in my inventory, thank you. That comes into here. That can go in there. That can go in there, so can that. Anything else? That goes in there. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I'm trapped on the... I am trapped on the block. Okay, simple. And we're out into the water. Right. So we're going to head up here to where that ruin is. I will see you there when we get there, and when it's the morning I'll probably stop and sleep somewhere along the line. Back in a moment. Alright, here we are. I'm fairly certain I know what this ruin is. And yeah, it's one of these kind of henge things. Now I can never remember whether there's actually anything in these or not. That's the bit that always throws you off. I mean, there doesn't appear to be much going on, but I don't believe that there isn't anything here. Aha, yes. Let's go in here, and then we can drop down. We'll have the bony because it'd be wrong not to. That is got a vulture gorget. That is absolutely out. Let me I mean, it's utterly useless, I think. It doesn't have anything, but I think if you were to put that on, that's very pretty. I'm not sure whether it's me, but it's pretty. Gorget, of course, being a piece of jewellery that you would wear around your neck to protect you from being stabbed in said neck. It was effectively a piece of jewellery armour, but on a purely basic level anyway. So, right, we need to continue. There was some foodies down there, so we'll just stop and grab those while we're here. Because, you know, waste not, want not. We're coming into winter and there's going to be less food around going forward. These will last a lot longer. Let's not waste them by eating them now. Right, where did... Oh, over there. Okay. Do I need any more clay? You know what? I'm going to be making all sorts of clay stuff. Let me... Well, I'm not necessarily, but I'm you know... Let's grab a little while we're here. I'm not gonna... Well, the only problem is it's in the water again. It's marked. We'll leave it at that. Okay, yeah, come on. You don't need to be hoarding stuff for the hell of it. We can also turn you into that and move you into ruins completed. Those filters haven't really proved overly useful to me yet, but they will do, I'm sure. Right, so from here, continue up here, and then round and into that. That's where the big ruin with the saw blade locusts is, and I am not playing with them until I've got at the very least armour and tin, well, at the very least a shield and tin bronze weaponry. I would prefer iron weaponry, to be honest, but tin bronze I think would be my kind of entry level for playing with saw blades if I can avoid it. I know you can do it. I mean, I've watched Punk, you know, take on things bigger than him, and that guy's mental. But you know, he does a lot of spear throwing and then ducking and diving to get around him and pick all of his spears back up and kites them around. So I know it's all possible. Pardon me, tickly cough. It's just, you know, I prefer to avoid it if I know this the possibility is there. I'll avoid it. Anyway, enough rattling. Shouldn't be unveiling anything significant up this way by travelling. We will probably go and do, because this river looks pretty huge actually. You know, we've got quite a few. That is probably a ruin there at a guess. It's just that circle. It's too perfect to be a generative error, a generation thing. But I'll see you when we get to the lake. All right, here we are. I'm just going to leave my ore in there. Might as well drop that, and those off while I'm at it, because they're not going to do me any good right at this second. Don't know why I got all that granite sand, to be honest. Anyway, this is where I think we can FOB Bravo. Now my thoughts were maybe down somewhere around here in the lowlands area. I'll bring the boat closer once I've decided exactly where, because obviously we need a reasonably flat-ish 7x7 area. We also need to scout the area to make sure I'm not sharing it with Timmy the bear or anything like that. This does not look too bad, because I can backfill some of this lot in. Obviously fill that in, but we've got enough around the edges. I've got a bucket now, so it doesn't really even matter about the water. I can do what the hell I want, really, can't I? Let's just go up on this island and see how much landscaping we think would be necessary up here, other than the clay. But you know, I mean, we dig the clay out, we could yeah, I'm thinking maybe we build it up on the top. That would be doable. Strip this down a level, we can square it off. I'd have to put the actual keep thing down to work out exact positions, but I like that, and we're only 181 meters away from the magnetite area. Got a nice little view. I think this is FOB Bravo. I think we've got it. Right. First things first, let's strip this back a few layers. This shovel's going to break, but it doesn't matter. I've got loads of flint, loads of sticks, and I've got another shovel in the castle as well. So in the tent. Let's not call it the castle. That sounds silly. Like I'm walking around with a castle in my pocket. Well, all right, I am, but that's beside the point. Right. Let me just quickly throw myself together a shovel, and I'll continue just clearing a little bit of land, and we'll get it ready for the tent to go down. We're going to have to put the other tent down as well, but that's fine. I can put that down at the bottom there with those rock monsters that have just appeared. Thank you. Oh, well, I suppose it's combat skill, so you can leave that bush, and if what you got 5 days, it'll probably get moved before then. My kind of philosophy with these bushes is if there's one that's flowering, I look how long it's got. That's a ripe white currant bush, so that will be moved, harvested and moved. If it's flowering, then I'll leave it if I can, and that way you end up with the food from it before you move it and lose its growth stage. But it doesn't always work out that way. Is this the level I want to be down to, or do I want to be down another? I think maybe another, actually. Which means we're going to have to dig, but that's fine. Alright, well, I've got things. You can see the big old ruin over there. Yeah, you can't see the saw blades from here, thankfully. And they can't see me, more importantly, but there you go. Right. I'm going to level this mountain top off, get it where I want it, and I shall be back with you in a moment. All right, we've got a start of a base of operations. This is up 2 from the top there. We've brought this down. I have a slight problem. When I placed my castle, that block didn't exist. I placed it 2 blocks this way, and that storage vessel gravity dropped into that hole. and lost all of its contents. I picked the storage vessel out, I put it down, there was nothing in it. In fact, breaking the storage vessel has yielded no storage vessel either, so I actually lost the storage vessel as well. Now, for some storage vessels, that wouldn't have been, well, I mean, it would have been a hit, you know, 64 earth, some fire clay would have been a hit. This one was my food. And so the food that I'm carrying, which currently is that sealed crock, and this, and that's pretty much it actually. That's all I've got, which is not good at all. The good news is we're settling down for a short while, so we can search the area for some more food. So it's not the end of the world, and it's not winter, so the food should be a little bit more common than it will be in a short while. Incidentally, that has point into spears. I can now one-shot the rock beasts, well, certainly the piggies. Not sure about the wolfies. And thank you, Discord, for doing that. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to actually make no sound when I'm recording. What's the point of having streamer mode if you're going to ignore it? Yeah, so I don't know what I've got floating around. I do have some strong tannin, which is nice. Might as well drop those off while I'm at it. And have I got any seed? I know I have a whole load of stuff on me, but I don't think any of this is going to help me, particularly when it comes to the fact that my food's all buggered off. I should really go and see what that was from the top before I go wandering out the door, shouldn't I? Because who knows? Oh, it's just a piggy. Yeah, it's a slight problem, but it's not insurmountable. I mean, for starters, look, there's some white currants. And if I'm really desperate, there's probably a lava in here. A grub, sorry, not a lava. Everything else is pretty much useless to me though. Well, I did see a question, what can you do with the rotten leather? And that is, it's not a huge amount actually. You can make a well, I think you may be able to make, I don't know whether any of these are actually craftable. But you can, well, why are you not? Interesting. Yeah, you can make a rotten hood, which is a bit of a lightweight leather pelt and stuff, so I could make myself a bit of armour, but I've got reasonable armour now, so that's actually not that important. But if we also look at what you can do with it, I don't know why that is not working. You're supposed to be able to basically combine it with Gambleson to give it a little bit more pep. To be honest, it wouldn't kill me if I didn't have that. I would live without it. Where's the rest of my rot? You know, this is not a biggie. Right, anyway, we need to continue planning out this fortification. So I'm going to come out to here, I think, with this stuff, and we're gonna so we can bring a wall from here. I don't think you'll be able to squeeze through that if the wall's there. We can come around here, we can put a little gate there. Now what I would like to do is I'd like to be able to get a 7x7 that's here. That's another structure, and so I'm carrying another 10 bag. It's going to get expensive to keep, you know, placing and picking them up, but the idea is that putting down the entire structure once this is built will be, because there's going to be a forge basically, that's what I want to build, and I'd like to build a storage hut as well. Although the forge and the storage hut could possibly be combined this early doors I'm not worried about food. We've got fish, we've got plenty of stuff we can eat down there. There's even a snake over there if I was really desperate. Plenty of bushes. So, what's the next thing on the agenda? I think we should probably grab an axe, because that one that I've got is not going to last for very long. We should go out and grab some timber, some lumber. Don't want to take that one, that's too close to my home, so let's head over to those trees and see about getting ourselves a few more building materials. And well, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I haven't actually gathered much wood yet because I started hunting this deer. There's a little ruin there, look, as well. One. The only problem with spears, the bow has things. I'm glad I came this way because there's those trees which are definitely far more interesting. But I've taken the opportunity to grab a little food and leather and some fat, and of course that's the other thing, I've got all the fat in the castle, so we have got options. Bones don't really want, but I do want to be able to process those up, and that lot can go there. I've got a little bit of carrot, we've got some meat, some sunflower grain, not a lot because there weren't that many that were actually ripe. This ruin, we'll give it a little poke in, but I suspect I'll come back and have a look at this properly. Just see if there's any obvious vessels, because vessels mean skills points. No, we'll come back to this. It's only a tiny little place, it's not going to have actually, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye, I suppose. Yeah, there's a lot of little widgets to it, aren't they? But I think we're going to have an oak palisade. That's going to break really quickly. But that's fine. Then we've got the copper one to break as well. And I've got plenty of materials, so I can make myself a new axe. I think I've got quite a bit of oak back in the keep, but it's a big tree. It's one thing I do like about Vintage Story over Minecraft is if your tool breaks, it basically goes through the entire thing of the, let's go through the process of chopping down the tree, and then it goes, you didn't have enough durability on the tool that you started with, so let's take your other tool that you had in, if you have a second one in your inventory, let's take the second one, and right, what have I got now blocking anything? Well, that grub can go in. To keep the bronze bits because they are useful. The grass can go. Don't really want to get. Suppose the obvious and easy thing to do here is just plant a couple of those. That should keep me going. I think we've got enough there. Oh, copper. Right. Mark, mine, copper. Okay. Oh, thankfully he vanished, or he has just vanished. Right, let's go back. Oh, I just got level 3 in forestry as well. Hang on. Collecting forestry. Lumberjack increases the yield of wood. 10% more saplings. More ladders. Axe expert brick increases your tree felling speed for each level. 5% chance of 5% and one to not reduce. Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Let's have an axe that we don't break. Have I got black currants? I don't. There are some. Again, you can see around. You just look around us. There's no shortage of foods. We just need to make sure we get them before winter drops in on us and starts killing them back. So you know there's a little bit of grain, which is almost, well, that one is ripe. Yeah, so I'm not worried. But what I do, and actually, I really should. Actually, let me. In fact, let me do it with this because it'll make it. I'll not lose the actual opportunity. Should I wish to go caving down there? That tells me that there's a cave there, but I'm not going to fall into it by accident. That's pretty useful. Not falling into caves by accident, always a great tool in your arsenal of survival. Right, yeah. Let me continue onwards, and I'm going to quickly. Actually, I mean, you're 9 of 12. I don't think you're gonna. You are not going to be ripe by the time I get there. I might as well plant you actually properly and see about. Or you're highly unlikely to get ripe before anyway. Right, so let's have a look at Palisade. It's just oh, that's down. Let me. This is from the Wooden Fortifications mod. See, I've got. This is where you end up with problems. Is this? So that's your corner. Wooden. Can you do them? I can never remember whether you can't, can you? Okay. You see, we've got the. You can make the Palisade with the Palisade Builder's Blueprint, which I'm not even sure whether I've got, to be honest. I think they're upstairs. Farmers, tinkers, chandlers, pavers, stonemasons. No, we haven't got. So that is a complete non-starter. So what we need... No, that's not what we need. What we need is to get some Palisade going, but we need this Palisade. Palisade corner. Tell you what, H. Palisade wall, it's just 3. Okay. With an axe. No? There you go. 24. Actually, let's do those, and that will conveniently there. And then we just go 1, 2, 3. Yes, I mean there is that hole there. That's an annoyance, but that's just a function of the fact that I've built this tower with a gap in it. We need to make the corner there, and then we can come out here. Now what I want to do is get a ramp going down on this side, so We'll go to there, we'll put a double door in there, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that takes us to there. We need a corner piece. Which is just like that. Okay, that's fine. We can manage that. Let's just make a bunch. It's not like we're short of logs, is it? Well, they go like that, yeah, okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Very tempted actually then. To do that. Because that gives you a definite feel of, you know, something. Do I want to? Yeah, let's meet that up as well. Alright, that's a start. I need to go and stash some stuff. We're going to have something going on over here, but it doesn't need to be. I think what we can do there is we just build that entirely out of dirt for starters, and see how we go. So if I was going to go from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then that would be the extent of that building, wouldn't it? That ruin will come in handy actually. I can harvest it for blocks. They're not the greatest blocks, but you know, they're blocks. Yeah, that gives us a starting point. We'll make this wall 3 tall, just so. Shivers, I think, can climb 2.4 blocks. I'd have to double check the code, but I think it's 2.4. So, in theory, once we've got a forge in here, we're laughing. And I probably don't need as many palisade blocks as I thought I did. But that's fine. Still got to do a path down. I still want to do a little farm. So let me just continue working around here a wee bit, and I'll be right with you in a second. Okay, it's steadily coming along. This is just a build area. I realise that my carry box is over there, but before I do anything there, I would like to just go and turn this lot into stairs. So we've got a causeway up. There is I think that's called a rock pillar off the top of my head. Over there. That is not someone I want to play with, so I'm not going to. But having this causeway up, or ramp up, will just mean I'm not jumping and wasting food. I'm not wasting food. Bit of an expensive thing just to go chiseling dirt with my 1 bronze tool. Now, what have I got kicking around? I was thinking that I need basically some nails. Now, I don't think. Oops, hello. That's got in there temporarily. I don't think I have got any nails and strips prepared. I also would like to place down my thing, so I'm going to build the farms out here rather than by the lakeside there. So that's a thought. I want you, and I'd actually like you on my back where you should be. I know it obviously increases my food usage, but the number of times I've walked away and gone, where did I put? It's just not funny. So we're going to have the castle up, the castle keep up on the top there. That's going to be its little home. And then we're going to have The tent will go here temporarily, and that can just go in there for now. Now I'm fairly certain I sorted the contents of this except for the bucket. There you go, that's the but then what I do need to do, I wish I know he's under there. There is a boat on underneath me. It has to be underneath me because I'm not getting shot, so let's just bring myself over here for now. Pop that in there. Grab you. Not that. In fact, I need to work out what I actually do want in there. You basically just want that, don't you? Everything else is fair game, I think. Now I should have over here, I should have some soaked hides, and there's 14 litres. Is that enough? It is, so we'll pop you in there. We've got these prepared hides. I'm going to scrape and put those in and seal, and these prepared hides we're going to stick in the strong tanning we've got up in the castle. And I'm going to wait. That one's almost there. We'll give them a chance. We'll give the... Go away, you annoying boathorn, you. The reason I need nails is I want to build 3 high doors for this entrance here. No other reason. And yeah, I just need to put the rest of this stuff away. Now what I would like to do is I want to do medium fertility soil for our planting, obvious reasons. I haven't, as best as I can tell, got another crock because they were all in that lost thing. Again, I could say, rah, cheated out by things, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to take the hit, and you know, live with it. Right, you go in there, and that will give me 6 leather. Is that 6 each? Prepared hide. Prepared hide is an ingredient, but it'll give me, is it 6 times leather? Just you get 2 for each one, maybe. I don't know. 6 is better than none. And we've got other stuff processing in the background, but I'm pretty certain there are no nails to be had around in any of these containers. So I probably need to, well, let's see. I need to fill my inventory, and then I shall smelt up some of this copper, and you can go in there for now. I don't know what. Half of this stuff is just going in all over the shop, isn't it? But it doesn't matter. We will get to a point where we're sorted at one day. We will be sorted. That's a shovel mold. That's that. That's dirt. That can go in. Those I want to plant, but not until I've got somewhere to plant them. Yeah, can't get any there. Seeds. Because we've got a lot of seeds, so we might as well start planting them so this Bravo base becomes another food source. Right, I will need 2 ingot molds. So I know we don't have the... Do I have a shovel mold? Axe, pickaxe? No, I don't. Okay, that's all good then. Doesn't really matter which. That needs to come out. Crucible, there we go. That goes in. We'll give that a little bit of a hammerage. for now, and I need to do 40. I don't want to do anything more than that, so we'll just whack those in. Got a little bit of black coal. Still got I've got a good amount of black coal actually. Well, we'll start off by getting it up to temperature with some peat, and then we'll change over to, you know, a proper cooking medium. And I'll get those made into ingots, and then once they're ingots, I'll turn them all into nails and strips, and we will be happy-ish. So where is the rest of my bony soil? Just intrigued. Anyway, that can go in there. I will have to have definitely have to have a sifting session at some point, I think. Let me finish sorting myself out, and I'll be back once I've got those nails and strips so we can get those doors on. Yeah, that's probably as good a point to be in as any. Oh, that won't fit. Good grief. Alright, you go in there. You stack on the floor. And I'll just hope that that doesn't lose me anything further. So 4.5 days, we've got plenty of time before that leather's going to be ready, so let me go about and see what I want to do up here. So I've got lots and lots of dirt, so let's use some of the dirt we've got cluttering our system just to fill in that hole. And I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, there you go. 8 nails and strips. We should have some planks. I should have more planks than that, surely. Doesn't matter. There, oak. Somewhere about. Are you in my bag? I don't see why you would be in my back box, but yeah, you are in my back box. Okay, fine. Let me just do a few of them. Get those turned over into that. Grab you down there. No. Yes. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe, and I'm going to stick those nails away. These can come out and go. That works well. So, apart from building a forge bag, which is going to require me to get some fabric and dye it a different colour, and what I was thinking of doing is somewhere on this, maybe out here, is actually or even in the tent, putting a plan down. So we go blue is there, purple there, because eventually I think we'll have 3 or 4 tent bags that we array out into a thing. Now what I have done over here is I've flattened this off. At the moment it's all rubbish dirt because that's what I had to hand. I've got a little bit of good dirt, but what I would like to do is, have I got my pro pick? I do not have my pro pick. Is my pro pick hanging up? It is. Let's go. I want to just go and have a check on, because that is there. So I think we want to come out to over here somewhere and just have a little probe and just see if that's better or worse for the iron. Because before I start probably next episode digging down, we're going to need to make a lot of ladders. We're going to need to dig straight down in the middle of a chunk. I'm going to have to remember the command to highlight the chunk boundaries. You don't need it. I just think it helps if you're in a position at the middle, so you know that you know, if there is a thing running through your positioned to take advantage of it, shall we say. Right, we'll leave. You're safe at the moment, dears. I'm not going to kill you. I am going to have these berries, though. These are on the way past. That's got one day. We'll leave that. There's a chance that I'll get the opportunity to work with it. Right, let's come down here. Go down 1, 2, 3, and let's take a reading about here. Just again, it's mainly just so I can satisfy my curiosity to see whether this is better or worse for the iron. I would say worse. Yeah, that's a definite high magnetite, very poor magnetite. So definitely better over there. That was poor magnetite, so it's getting better. I mean, I wonder whether... I don't know. I sometimes wonder whether you just, with prospecting, whether it's just better to take the dive and jump straight in there and go, right, this looks like a likely spot, dig down. I'll be honest, I found more iron going into caves and just digging straight down than I have ever found. Sorry, I'm just going to have to go and have a look at this. Hi. Oh, thank you. But we'll skin them on the way back. But let's be honest, that's what we are doing. Yeah. You know, we say we're harvesting their resources or whatever, but that's just a euphemism for skinning their bodies. But I'm not really seeing much. I'm not gonna bust a gut to try and. Look, you can stay down there, sir. Didn't really have anything on that one. Oh, hello. Really looking to see if there's any ruins down here, and it's not looking very likely, so. Go and harvest the loot from that last drifter. See how much more sanitized that sounds. Then I'm going to skin that drifter. Makes it sound more acceptable. Right, so the last thing I need is some decent quality soil. Other than the bit I've got, if I'm going to have any kind of farming setup at all over here. I'm not doing it. One of the mistakes we made back over at FOB Alpha was, and to be fair, you know, a lot of that was just to do with expedience. It's when you're really starting out, it's all about speed and getting things going. So leave those to pop. Leave those to pop because they'll have a day or so. Yeah. And I've got lots of seeds, so I don't really need to go collecting more seeds to plant. I just need to find some medium quality dirt, which might be harder than you think. There's a little bit of a ruin over there as well. Maybe we'll check over that side, because I think our pillar friend is still over there. Take the boat. It's quicker. But yeah, this is starting to feel good. FOB Bravo is officially up and running. It's just a few minor steps now, mainly and predominantly around just getting some decent soil to plant my crops in. And we'll recover from that loss of the food canister. What I need to do is take all of those vessels and put them on a solid floor. So that probably means that the vessels need to go upstairs, and the things that don't collapse when you dig out under them need to stay, so chests and the like. That might be medium quality up there actually. That's just we'll pause briefly to have a little peek at you. If you've got anything hidden, you're hiding it well. There's a little bit of soil there of the bony variety, but that's probably about it. I don't think this. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything here. I'll grab the blocks because they'll come in handy. I'm going to be probably, well, there's no probable about it. I think with the presence of that other ruin up north, well, over there with more andesite blocks, I think andesite is likely to be my building material of choice for the forge. Just because I can't bother to make them. But this will take a quick. I suppose this is one way of guaranteeing that I've harvested everything, isn't it? Is mine the entire ruin. Okay, that was not particularly productive. However, I think that over here we may find some medium fertility soil. Might not, but we might. Let's have a look. Don't like this bit because it's a forest floor, not medium fertility soil. They're here somewhere. I can hear them. I think there are bees here. Well, I know there are bees here. But I still need some decent fertility soil, which is not being forthcoming. Alright, I'm going to hunt around a little bit. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, found some thing. I had to come onto the river to do it, but I did find a little bit of, well, I found quite a lot of medium fertility soil, if I'm brutally honest. Go. Don't want the flower. But I suspect we are coming close. I've not actually checked how long I've been recording, so I think we've probably done about as much as we're going to get done this episode. I'll probably plant my crops between episodes because A, fairly boring, B, doesn't really need me to record myself doing it, and I think next episode we're going to go and try and find that iron. That's probably number one most important job to do. So yeah, once we've got the iron, then we can get ourselves, I've got a little bit of fire clay and I can make some more fire clay bricks as well, so I've got the important stuff, and from that we can we can proceed to get some iron. Now hopefully we'll get enough iron to make an... I don't think I need an iron anvil until I want to process steel, so... Which that's obviously something to always bear in mind, that we don't need to do the thing. We can work with the bronze anvil, I think, to work most of our iron, but that is FOB Bravo, and yeah, I'm excited to start working out of this area. That is now done. My pillar friend's still over there. You've still got a little bit longer to go. And these are still not grown, but that's fine. But we've got a base, we've got somewhere to work out of. The next thing I need to do, I need to go and borrow that bucket. That's what I'm going to do, is get some planting crops down, planting circles down, and we can start to move forward again. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.